Chile is located in the southern hemisphere on the west side of South America, sharing a border with Argentina. This narrow country is 2,800 miles long. If you place it in North America, it would stretch from Mexico City to Juneau, Alaska. In the north, the Atacama Desert is the driest in the world. In the south, glaciers plunge directly into the ocean. Chile has approximately the surface area of the state of Texas, and their flags are identical. 40% of the 16 million people that live in Chile live in the capital city, Santiago. The Andes are the second highest mountain range in the world, reaching up to 22,000 feet, grabbing moisture from the Pacific winter storms. The high melting snows have a very speedy and wild journey to the ocean, less than 130 miles away from the peaks. A democratic form of government rules. The main exports are copper, salmon, fruit, forest products, and tourism. The gross national product is equal to that of the state of Mississippi. The police are national and are as respected as the Canadian Mounted Police. Transportation and the way of life from the capital is a huge contrast to the world in the campo. Traveling south in Chile leads us into the Lake District, a region of pristine lakes interconnected by transparent rivers. Puerto Montt is a coastal town that is the gateway to southern Chile. It's known for its great seafood and woolen products. Further south, in a difficult-to-reach corner, is the Futaleufu River Valley. There is no direct road to the Futaleufu River Valley, since it's surrounded by deep cliff-lined fjords and some of the most rugged mountains in the Andes, making access difficult. Travel is across an ocean gulf, Golfo Corcovado, and is by ferry, catamaran, or twin-engine planes. We arrive at the coastal fishing village of Chaitén, the capital of this remote province. This is our gateway to the greatest playground on earth. The Pacific to Futaleufu Road is one of the most dramatic drives in the country of Chile. In 3.5 hours, we experience an ecosystem transition from the coastal rainforest to the drier and higher Futaleufu River Valley. We're surrounded by glaciers, pristine lakes, and high peaks. The Futaleufu River Valley is a radiant turquoise color. First-time viewers are awed by it. Side canyons provide trekking trails with spectacular views. Frommer's guidebook describes Futaleufu as the cutest village in Chile. 1,000 people, no gas station, and more horses than vehicles. This village looks like a Colorado mining town from the 30s. Simple and colorful houses. The locals appreciate the beauty of their surroundings. The police often patrol on horseback. For 70 kilometers, the Futaleufu River Valley is ruggedly spectacular. Imagine a visual combination of Yosemite and Glacier National Parks, but on steroids. In the summer, daytime temperatures are in the 80s, and at night in the 60s. I first visited this area in 1985, before electricity, phones, or bridges. The old-timers say nowadays life is on a platter, but life is rustic by U.S. standards. At one end of the village is a small lake with a bike trail around it. At the other end is the pure Espelon River and a public beach for swimming, kayaking, and trails that lead to fishing. And always overhead is a changing mood of Serra Teta. In the center of the village, the plaza is a symbol of the cleanliness and organization in town. Staying at our lodge in town allows you to interact with the local culture. Our accommodations are warm and clean. The drinking water is as pure as you'll ever find, and there's a hospital in town. Our luxury river camp, Club Futa at Campo Tres Monca, is located 22 miles downstream of the village. The Rio Azul tumbles from a glaciated mountain valley and joins with the Futaleufu at the base of the Tres Monca peak. When I paddled the Futaleufu my first time, I camped on this beach looking at this view, and I told myself, I have to find a way to live here. Our secluded camp is reached only by crossing the Rio Azul in our double canoes. Kayakers, rafters, horseback riders, trekkers make this their home away from home. Families have found fun activities for all. The design of the camp allows for the pleasures of living outdoors, yet the comforts of a lodge. Enjoy sit-down dining, a chef, and food from our organic greenhouse. A solar power and a unique convection hot water system heat the showers and sauna. If you have ever experienced a better shower, let me know where. The sauna is a favorite Apres River activity. The camp is designed for the outdoorsman, a drying room for all the adventure clothes and a place to rinse them off, all built with native materials. The spring water comes from a mountain spring and is tested for purity. Even the outhouse was designed with the view in mind. When you experience this camp, you will understand why our alumni call it Club Futa. The camp is located at the put-in and the takeout of the best river runs of the Futaleufu and the Rio Azul. A sprinkling of remote ranches provide a glimpse of a farm culture in this valley. Our multisport rafting trips allow you to experience a smorgasbord of incredibly fun activities. A typical day one starts with a bike ride up a trail along the Rio Espolón. After a half-day ride, we arrive at a waterfall where we eat lunch and enjoy the view. Downstream of these falls, the Espolón River is calm. Here the sit-on-top kayaks await. This is a gentle, playful river, ideal for your first kayaking experience. Our sit-on-top kayaks are wide, stable, and forgiving. If one tips over, it's a simple swim and rescue. Afterwards, stories of the day's adventures are enjoyed around the fire. The heart of the Futaleufu is the safest and most forgiving section, yet you will taste the power of this Class 4-5 river. A detailed safety talk with an elite safety team is required.
Think it's my new obsession. Yeah, think it's not even a question.
This section is almost non-stop action, perhaps the best one-day rafting section in the world.
Cause think is the love you discover.
For those that have aspirations of running the more complicated rapids of the upper Futaleufu, they must participate in a swim test at the end of this day. Our horseback trips range from a full week to a one-day ride that you will always remember. Our guides are experts in helping the non-experienced enjoy riding safely. As we leave town, we realize that horses are a way of life in the village of Futaleufu. We ride downstream on a trail cut into the side of the Inferno Gorge, and enter the remote La Scala Valley. We arrive at a spot where our horses will swim across the Futaleufu River, and you will cross on a cable. We eat lunch at a remote ranch, getting a glimpse of life in this isolated valley. Riding out of the valley, we traverse through an old-growth forest of giant koiwe trees as we loop back into the village. The next day, we choose between several half-day activities. Introduction to sea kayaking on Lago Espolon is a favorite. Or choose your style of trek, from easy family hikes to vigorous ascents to week-long trekking trips. Canyoning is a stimulating sport of descending narrow canyons, swimming and rappelling your way over waterfalls and into pools. Remember, you direct the fun. The options are yours. The Inferno Gorge is a very serious optional day of Class 5 whitewater rafting. You will feel more adrenaline and stimulation than on any river you have ever rafted. I guarantee it. This is a whitewater power storm on a radiant blue ribbon of water in a black rock gorge. The Zeta is a must-see and must-portage for rafters. It's a dominant Class 5 plus rapid. The Throne Room is a furious Class 5 plus rapid and is a mandatory portage for rafters. Afterwards, we paddle a wild mile of non-stop action back to Campo Tres Monca and Apres Adventure. Our Condor Nest Mountain Ranch is a secluded private dream getaway, reached by a 15-minute walk across a high swinging bridge and up a creekside nature trail. These cabins in a meadow are ideal for a family, a couple, or your fly fishing group. Made with native handcrafted materials, these cabins are rustic and cozy, your personal charming mountain nest. The shower is in a huge hollow tree, and there are acres of private riverside frontage. Fly fishing the upper Futaleufu with its browns and rainbows is a first-day float. Fishing the confluence at the Rio Azul and the Futaleufu is at your doorstep. And the secret lagoon never disappoints. Kayaking in the Futaleufu Valley is one place you will not have to worry about enough water. We are known for our Class 4-5 trips and our Club Futa River Camp. However, our kayak school teaches beginning and intermediate kayaking on the playful tributaries of the Futaleufu River. We offer you the choice of staying in a lodge or at the exotic Club Futa camp. Our Dream Team guides are selected for their teaching abilities and are experts in teaching the role. Imagine this is your classroom. For advanced kayakers, the Futaleufu offers it all. Huge play waves, play holes, and an exotic river camp. Our Dream Team includes world champions and former Olympians. However, they focus on you getting the maximum from your trip. Our clients have commented that our guide support has allowed them to paddle rapids they previously might have found too challenging. We always start on the easiest sections first and gradually work our way to the more challenging. You will always have a chance to scout or walk, and it's your choice. You're in control. The optional Throne Room is one of the most challenging rapids on the river. After paddling a winter in Chile, you will return a much improved paddler. The Zeta has a well-worn portage trail. The Andes to the ocean is a 6-day guided sea kayak trip. Starting at the end of the whitewater on the Rio Futaleufu, you will traverse Lago Yelcho for several days before entering the Class 2 Rio Yelcho and paddling into the ocean near Chaitén. This route offers world-class beach camping, robust fishing, and requires an adventurous spirit and adequate physical conditioning. There is a brewing battle over the protection of these rivers for sustainable tourism versus the exploitation of the river resource for the production of hydroelectric energy. The volume of water, the drop, and the constriction of these rivers are the factors that excite whitewater enthusiasts, and unfortunately, the hydro engineers. As of June 26, 2004, a project to put 3 dams on the Futaleufu has been announced. In Chile, there is no equivalent of the United States Wild and Scenic River Act. The water rights of the Futaleufu are owned by Endesa, a Spanish hydroelectric power company. Remember, these rivers are in demand. The Colorado River has over a 20-year waiting list and a $21 million a year impact due to tourism. Futa Friends is an international organization that is working for the protection of the Futaleufu River and is currently negotiating the purchase of the water rights.
Hermit crabs and cowrie shells crushed beneath his feet as he comes towards you. He's waving at you. Lift him up to see what you can see as he begins his focusing here, aiming at you. And now we have cutaways from memories and close-ups of anything that he has seen or even dreamed. And now he's finished focusing, he's imagining lightning striking seasickness away from here. Look who's laughing now that you've wasted how many years and you've